Blue 42! Blue 42! Hi! What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Madden NFL 2018. I am Steven Steffen, and in today's episode, we are back in the One Madden franchise, playing the Oakland Raiders on Sunday prime time. We have quite the history with this user. Two pretty crazy games last season, which we beat him both games, but he went on to go to the Super Bowl. He lost in the Super Bowl, but he still went to the Super Bowl. So I'm still a little salty that we were able to beat him both games and he went to the Super Bowl. But we're getting our rematch again. He is 1-5, struggling. We are 5-2 and need this win. So let's get to the highlights. We pick it up in the Raiders' opening drive, 3rd and 10 on the 31. It's going to be Derek Carr looking for his receiver, but it's going to be a flag on the play. Pass interference on Chris Harris Jr. gives the Raiders a 1st and goal. Couple plays later, it's 2nd and goal. Carr is going to find Jalen Richard wide open in the flats. He walks into the end zone as the Raiders go straight down the field on their opening drive and take a 7-0 lead. Broncos would do nothing with their first possession. Raiders with the ball again. It's Carr looking deep. It's incomplete, but pass interference again on the Broncos. This time Darian Stewart gives the Raiders great field position. Next play, it's going to be Giovanni Bernard with the handoff with a nice run down the sideline for a big gain. Open up the second quarter, 1st and goal. Giovanni Bernard takes the draw up the middle for the touchdown as the Raiders take a 14-0 lead. The struggles would continue for the Broncos as Paxton Lynch will find Jake Butt, and he's going to get nailed and fumbles the football, recovered by the Raiders. Raiders take over. Couple plays later, it's going to be Carr with the play fake. He's going to find Jordy Nelson in double coverage in the end zone for the touchdown as the Raiders take a 21-0 lead with 3:13 to play in the half. Broncos offense finally gets something going, driving down the field. Lynch is going to find Carlos Henderson over the middle to the 4-yard line with 57 seconds to play. Next play, it's D'Angelo Henderson taking the carry into the end zone for the touchdown. 21-7 Raiders. Raiders offense would continue to dominate, however, as Carr threads the needle to Jordy Nelson at the 39. Timeout Raiders. They would bring on their Sebastian Janikowski for the field goal. Closing seconds of the half, Sebastian Janikowski with a 55-yard field goal. It's good as the Raiders take a 24-7 lead into the half. Broncos open the second half with a big drive as Paxton Lynch finds a wide open Jake Butt over the middle down to the 30. Couple plays later, 2nd and 15. It's going to be Lynch finding Emmanuel Sanders on the sideline down to the 3. Next play, 1st and goal. It's going to be Lynch. He'll find Sanders again, this time in the end zone for the touchdown as the Broncos open the second half with a score to make it 24-14. The Raiders would respond right back as it's Giovanni Bernard getting the toss, and he's going to take advantage of poor tackling and great blocking, and he goes down the right sideline for the touchdown as the Raiders extend their lead back to 31-14. Broncos offense would come right back. It's Lynch on the rollout, finding Carlos Henderson for the 25-yard completion. Next play, it'll be Lynch. He's going to find Henderson yet again over the middle for the 22-yard gain. Broncos drive would stall, however, and they'd have to settle for this 29-yard field goal by Kai Forpath to make it 31-17 going into the fourth. Broncos defense would get a huge break as Derek Carr throwing it is intercepted by Chris Harris Jr. inside the 14. Broncos take over. A couple plays later, 3rd and 10. Lynch is going to find Henderson wide open in the end zone for the touchdown as the Broncos narrow it down to a one-score game, 31-24. We're picking up 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. Carr's going to find tight end Louis Tuggle, and watch this. He's going to break a huge tackle to get the first down and keep the drive alive for the Raiders. Next play, it's going to be Jordan Ivory taking the handoff up the middle, a huge hole, and he is gone for the touchdown as the Raiders respond with a touchdown of their own to make it a two-score game yet again. 38-24, 6:30 to play. 4:56, Broncos down by 14, have to go for it on 4th and 3. Lynch is going to find Henderson with a huge completion to keep the drive alive. 3rd and goal, 2:25 to play. Lynch with the play fake's going to find Jake Butt for a huge touchdown. Broncos back within a score, 38-31 with 2:21 to play. Huge 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. They convert. They win the game. Carr throws an interception to Bradley Roby, and Roby will take it back to the 20. Broncos have the ball inside the 20 with 2 minutes left, down one score. The game would come down to this. Minute 30 left. Lynch finds Henderson, but he dives and fumbles the football. The Raiders recover it, and the Raiders will hold off the Denver Broncos 38-31. So there you have it, another one in the books, and this is one of the most frustrating games I've ever been a part of, to be honest with you. He came out, he played extremely well, not taking anything away from him, but it was just one of those games where nothing would go right for me. I'm not sure what happened. I had 5 fumbles, 3 turnover fumbles, but just every time we had something going, he would come right back with a big score. That big run he had with Giovanni Bernard, and then the run with Ivory after his tight end breaks the tackle to keep the drive alive. Multiple pass interference calls in the first half that kept his drives alive. Just a really, really weird game where just nothing went right for me. I still almost won, almost made the comeback, and sure enough, get the ball inside the 20 and convert the 3rd and inches, and my running back fumbles the football, and he gets it back and winds up winning the game. Just so frustrating. I really thought we had a chance to tie the game there and at least go to overtime, but it just wasn't meant to be. Paxton Lynch threw some terrible balls. A lot of highlights that you guys didn't see. Lynch, I mean, was way off on a lot of throws. I had one 35-yard completion that Carlos Henderson just dropped. He was wide open and he dropped it. So it was just one of those games. Hats off to my opponent. Don't get me wrong. He played a great game, but he got a lot of help. But we will see him again, and we will get that rematch we need. This was a huge loss. I felt like if we could have won this game, we'd have been in good shape for maybe a wild card if we can continue to win. But that was a huge loss for us. Looking at the stats, we had 276 passing yards, 88 rushing. He destroyed us, 234 rushing yards. That's basically what won him the game. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.